My name is Teejay, Ameen, and you're welcome to this special heart-to-heart conversation in celebration of International Albinism Awareness Day, themed Proudly in My Skin, celebrating all skin tones. It's 2026, and you already know on every day, every International Albinism Awareness Day, we try to speak on matters concerning albinism and advocacy. And today, I'm joined by Eti Oba. Eti Oba is not just a content creator, but is also someone whose life journey and his process has inspired so many people on social media and across the world. And as you can see, we're twins. How you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. How's everything?
I'm very, very well. Thank you first off for agreeing to do this. And as always, I just want this to be a very, informal conversation, but we get to talk. Yeah. So everybody knows you as Eti Oba, the content creator, the popular guy on Instagram. I think Arsenal's foremost supporter, by the way.
Yeah. Congratulations to us.
Up Gunners.
You Gunners.
Come on, you got. But beyond Eti Oba being like the popular social media content creator, beyond the title, who are you?
I'm a creative mind, and these days I don't really want to be associated being called content creator. I'm a creative. I'm endless, like in thoughts, in words, and in my soul. Because when you talk about content creation, absolutely it's vast, and a lot of people can categorize as a lot of things. But being a creative, like anywhere, any space you find yourself, because you create. Because when God made us in His own image, is for Him to have a rest so that we can continue. So as a person that you are in God's image, you are a God on your own to create further. So I'm a creative. I keep creating every day. So it's endless. It goes beyond social media. If social media is gone today, I'm still creating.
You're still there. You will be there. That's very, very powerful. I'm just curious, when I think about the theme for this year, International Albinism Awareness Day, Proudly in My Skin, that term itself, that theme, Proudly in My Skin, what does it personally mean to you?
Proudly in My Skin, actually, it means a level of identity you reach in person, and comes with acceptance, acknowledging who you are, and loving yourself in it. And proudly your skin, actually, it cuts across different kind of, when you talk about social gatherings, ethnicity, from one place to another. But basically, coming from where we are both from, Nigeria.
Yes, Nigeria.
Yeah, that is when it will easily remind you of being different. But in this kind of world that we have people that we have like the same kind of skin tone, you seem not to be bothered or to be carried away by that fact anymore. So I'm not saying it doesn't work here, because a lot of people don't know albinos are even from, like, we have albinos in white people. Some people actually think it's just for black people. But what I'm trying to say is that when you are in this side of the world, you don't seem to put much importance, because you have people that you look like.
That look like you.
That look like you a lot.
That's interesting. Just thinking about being proudly in my skin, for me, I think it's the level of confidence that you exude as a person, regardless of your skin tone. That's why I think proudly in my skin for is because you see black people say melanin popping. You understand? It's that confidence, that aura, that assurance that wherever you stand with your skin tone, you are going to be you, and you're not going to feel like there's a need to cave in. You get? So that's why I think that proudly my skin is.
If there's no any case of segregation that someone is looking down on the other, our skin should not be a concern or something everybody is.
Fact.
Yeah, but because some people are actually being looked down upon because of their skin, that is why it became something everybody proudly brag, proudly melanin, like. We are humans.
I get you. We are humans before anything else. That's so important. We've started the conversation about albinism, and we've introduced that, as you already know. But just briefly, we are not starting from the genesis. The beginning was the world. You get. But what was it like? Growing with albinism for you?
Well, trust me, I'm graced, and I can tell you for a fact I'm graced, because it goes beyond just where I came from. Actually, one of those things that matters is those that were part and parcel of the journey. Because no matter how much you get it or you feel it being an albino or someone living with albinism.
The person living with albinism. They say that's how we should be addressing the person living with albinism.
Because you can't be called blind deaf. So I don't think it's right to say albino. people
Yes.
live with albinism.
Yes.
So, but people that you live with, people that are your family, friends, they contribute a lot to your well-being mentally, psychologically,
Yes.
and the person you see yourself. So for me, I said I was graced because of the parents and the sibling and the friends and the community I grew up from.
Yeah.
It wasn't as if I didn't take part. I didn't have my
didn't
own
face
share
the level of
segregation,
and discrimination,
discrimination. So basically, people you live with or people around you are like the coping mechanism for you. So everybody has their own fair share of segregation, discrimination.
I agree.
But the output, how you come out strong, depends on your people around you, how they see you, the acceptance you get.
Yeah.
So most of the time, my siblings, I actually don't remember or acknowledge that I'm someone living with albinism.
Yeah.
Most of the time is until I check the mirror, guy, no black, but really day-to-day activities.
Rude shock. You're like, guy, you know black.
I'm ruling over the black people, like black friends, like, I'm not sharp. I get confidence. Like,
as they enter you, they enter them back.
I'm telling you.
Love it. Okay, so something that we've established here is that your community, your environment plays a very integral role.
Absolutely.
In how you see yourself generally. And
absolutely.
talking to younger PWAs, I'm going to use the term PWAs, is short for person living albinism, for the context of this conversation. I found out that there are a lot of young people that the reason why they feel a very strong level of low self-esteem is because of the people that they're around. You get, because I'd say for a fact, so I agree, I attest to the fact that my family played a very huge role in building my confidence. They never made me feel different. I went to boarding house, I did everything. We talked about earlier on before we started the interview. Went to uni. We did everything that every melanated person in quotes would do.
Sure.
So environment really plays a major role. You talked about not you facing some level of discrimination at one point, but is there any experience so far so good that that has stood out for you, that shaped you positively or negatively so far in the amount of years you lived on this earth?
Well, basically, let me talk about my academics then. One thing that comes with people living with albinism is that most, not all, have this issue with our short-sightedness. We can't really see that far. So, when I started my education right from start, when people have cliques, they have gang in school, like, okay, when we want to write exam, let me sit next to you, I can show you this. I knew from the start I struggle seeing the blackboard.
Yes.
The teacher will literally be writing, I'll be bending down close to that, like to write. My mom will beg so I can sit at the front. So I knew so well, like, I'm on my own. I can't even cheat. Even if I want to, I can't cheat.
Even if you want to, you can, but Eti Oba does not cheat.
I don't cheat. So what I'm trying to say is that cause for me to beat my chest to say every level of success I achieved, I worked for it. I earned it. I didn't. There was no shortcuts.
No shortcut.
Because even I can't even see my own paper unless I bring it closer. How much more do I want to look at someone else's paper?
Yeah.
So, in as much as it is, that's the positivity in you letting you know, like, it's just you against the world, and you get yourself in this and you do it.
So that experience stood out for you, shaped you positively, like it built your resistance, your resistance level, your grit, and your resilience level.
Some people copy me, I couldn't copy them.
That's not fair.
Because I didn't have the eyes.
You people that copied the back in the
Imagine we are sitting down together. You know number one, I know number three. You see number three, me I can't see number one.
You not be saying copy it.
No, but
I can't see it.
Can't see Jack.
Why are you doing that to me? This life, no balance. But that's crazy. That is crazy. But definitely, that would definitely have shaped you. You now became very, very.
I started, reading in the middle of the night. Nobody's coming to save you. You can't copy shit. So don't repeat. Another thing is football then, because. Yeah, one guy like that in my school, they contribute money, let us buy ball and we buy ball, and everybody's speaking said, nobody's speaking me. Because everybody assume I can't see the football and all that. But back at home, I'm Ronaldinho, because my family, we play together. Everybody knows that this guy is good.
You play four post or what?
We play ball on the streets.
One touch.
Sometimes maybe 4 aside, 3 aside.
Okay, actual on the road, like
on the streets.
Put tires, everything.
Yeah, but in school, because nobody has seen me play, they assume that I can't see the football. So when we contribute our own hard-earned money, they say, I contribute. Now it's time for us to play. Nobody will pick me. So that really gets to me so much. But when the thing is that in school I might have issues, but when I get back home,
there's love at home.
I can't remember what happened again.
There's love at home.
Love is always at home.
There's love at home, and that's so important. You just talked about now. This touched on to because I'm thinking about it. I didn't have similar experiences with you because first of all, I was not even trying to go into sports. That's that I was not trying to play ball. Me, I just liked, showbiz and just read up and stuff. In fact, I went on a date recently and she was asking me, what are your interests? Do you like football? I said no. The way the babe looked at me like what are you doing as a man? As a man, you should know. I'm sorry. You get what I'm trying to say. Like, did you feel like that really helped you, or that really affected your level of self-acceptance? Did you struggle with self-acceptance?
Funnily, I didn't, and I think this has to do a lot with genetics too, because coming from my dad, my mom, none of them, I mean personality, because you always have a trait of your parents.
Yes.
And none of my siblings they are timid. Everybody's very vocal, confident. So aside from the community or the family I came from, I think it's something with genetics. Like in my house, everybody has sharp mouth. Everybody has that audacity, that confidence.
Sharp mouth is not part of genetics.
I'm serious, it is.
It runs the blood.
So in a way, aside from the fact that I have a good family, I think it all has something to do with genetics too as well. That is why I said I'm graced. Because everything just aligned, and
that's so beautiful. They made you feel comfortable, they made you feel accepted, and you were just going into the world and you were just doing your thing.
In fact, at the point in time, my parents needed to start regulating me because the audacity at which I talk to people, because most of the time I'm very defensive, because when people pick on me, I think they just want to,
there's already bias at the back of your mind.
So I'm wrong. Even before you say
I'm gone ahead of you, I'm giving it back to you.
So they have to tell them, just calm down. Not everybody is
trying to fight
you or make mockery of you. That kind of thing.
But it's, like you said, it's a coping mechanism. In a society where people that look like us are not generally accepted or seen as worthy to be in some certain rooms. Now, I think I was just thinking about someone that I got into a room and I go on a platform, like very popular one, and someone sent me a DM and said, now your complexion, they help you.
Yeah, you did tell me.
And the irony is, my complexion in Nigeria is not seen as, you get what I'm trying to say, as a door. But now, because you're trying to find excuse for your failure, you're putting it on me.
True.
I get it about that, and I'm really grateful that you're able to talk about how important good parenting and a good family and a good environment is so important. Parents of persons living with albinism, it is your sole responsibility to be there for your children. Do people still ask you if you eat salt in 2026?
Actually, this part of the world nobody does, but but where we came from, even in the comment section
in 2026,
some people.
So it's not about the part of the world. On social media, you still get comments like,
I did. There was this video I made several weeks ago, and I had salt in my cupboard and people said like, what's the salt doing? Do you take salt? Do you eat salt? But then, not everybody has mobile phone, are exposed. Not everybody is literate enough to even just check up something like, is this thing real? Is just
I think that's you trying to make an excuse for people. I think it's everyone's responsibility to not be ignorant. Yeah. But I definitely know that you cannot enlighten everybody. Absolutely. But that's why conversations like this matter. Yeah. So what's your response to that?
Truthfully, I just feel like if there's anything you are not clear about, just make findings.
What's your response to that myth of you eating salt or not?
At the point in time when you get some level in life, you don't. Before, I used to have a lot of response for everything. Yeah. But I've gotten to a stage in life with every sense of humility, like, I don't just know what to say. Not like, I can't bring myself to that level.
You're gagged by even the question. Like, the question is making like,
are you for real?
Are you okay?
This is 2026. You're still asking me that. Are you okay?
So that's a very valuable.
But I take salt just for clarity.
Just for clarity.
From day one, from day zero, I eat salt. I take salt.
The beautiful thing about this conversation, if I was a melanated person asking him this question, it would be a different thing. But true. It's beautiful that. So let's say we eat salt.
Okay, we eat salt.
We eat salt.
We both eat salt.
Okay, what now? Now I live in Lagos, and Lagos, very gentrified to a certain extent, you get. But you grew up, a good part of your life was you went to University of Obafemi in Ife, right?
Yes.
Very the actual Yoruba Ibile part. What were the other myths and and superstitions and ignorant things you heard about person living albinism? Me, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Well, there's a lot. Yeah, people have this kind of mindset, or is it myths or superstition that people living with albinism are used for ritual. They are the most effective for money ritual. and like they have some kind of superpower, like they are kind of a small god that you can't mess with.
May I have
You have
superpower,
to-
shall I say.
So you know those are the things. They say, "Oh, that is to tell you
What does
like,
that mean?
the way you honor God, that is the way you honor people living in albinism.
Wow.
That's what people say, and that's why they feel like they have some kind of powers in them that can be used for spiritual purposes.
That's why they kill persons living in albinism.
Put their hands and all that, but you know, none of them have. Those people that are engaging in that, none of them have ever featured in Forbes list. So it's so sad.
Food for thought. Think about it. With everything, they've not still become rich. But now, moving on to the serious side, it's totally wrong. You know, let's address it as it is. It should not even be a thing that we should be hearing in 2026 that people are moving this way. Educate yourself. Do you think social media has helped improve, you know, the perception of persons living in albinism? Do you think it has helped improve, or do you think it has played a major role in also making sure that those perceptions stay? Because, you know, every year we come International Albinism Awareness Day, you see tons of content every day, every time that this comes up. But do you think that these videos, you know, these people that come out like us, you know, I've done something with the BBC, you've done your own projection, and do you think that all of this, you know, in social media space has helped improve perception, or has even made it worse?
Absolutely. Like in a very, very, very vast way, it has really helped to educate people and inform them things they don't know. Because we are in the age and time whereby, you know, social media is one of the reasons why I feel I'm not alone. Aside from the love that I have at home, that my family, my siblings, when I came across No Melanie, there's a page where through which I met you, that page and all that.
Wow.
So I started reading stories about people, because one funny thing about people living albinism that I don't understand is that back in Nigeria, even when I was on NoAU, there are some people living with albinism. When I see them, I try to always want to really like, guy, how you doing? Hope you're good. But once they sight another person living with albinism in the crowd, they just want to. I don't know whether
let them not count me.
Don't let them see us together.
I get you.
Like they just vanish. They don't want to be there with you. And so at the point I was asking myself, like, what's up with this kind of attitude? Like, people living in albinism are always avoiding other people living in albinism. But when I came around that 2016 or 2015, when I came across that page on IG, and I saw a lot of, you know, people living with albinism sharing their story, so it makes it so inclusive. Like, I'm not alone. In as much as there's love at home, my siblings, everybody is black. I'm the only person living with albinism. So having to read people's stories living with albinism helps you to navigate life better. That okay, it's not just you. Maybe you don't see them often, but there are a lot of people going through this part in life too, and they are doing great. They are doing fine for themselves.
Have you ever felt the pressure to prove yourself since you've been in the public space, in the sense that now that you're popular now, because you're actually popular, he's very popular, the expectations from you? Have you ever felt the need to actually, you know, prove that, oh, like, do you feel like I know that you're doing, like I mentioned to you earlier, and I feel like sometimes you don't have to necessarily stand in front of the camera and say, power to people who are albinism, you get, by living your life and showing up in the world. Have you ever felt a certain level of pressure, like a weight on you, that there's such a big call on you, you know, to advocate through your life?
No. Because just like I told you over the phone, at a point in time, when I saw that page, which I met you through that page, I was fascinated by seeing people living albinism. But, you know, after a while, you know, I was added to the group. They kept on talking about how to improve, what to do and all that. But then I saw that apologies. I saw that some people living with albinism, they were romanticizing the struggle that comes with albinism.
Okay.
And I don't want to be part of it.
Yeah.
I know I'm someone living with albinism. Nigeria is not, that country is not providing a necessary aid to help people living with albinism, except from people that are individually that are doing it, like as an outreach and all that. There are so many people like that. So I personally, for a person, I don't just want to, like, there's a struggle in my life and I just want to romanticize it, speak about it, do it. No. There's a lot that can be done. There's a lot I can make out of myself. Sure. And I might not come out to tell people power for albinos, power for people who live in albinism. But when you see me, when you come across my page, things I do should motivate you, should inspire you to, like, no, you are beyond someone living with albinism. You are a lot of things that you've never even discovered yet. But when you keep yourself, the first thing when you want to introduce yourself, my name is so, I'm living albinism. I'm not saying it's bad, those that are doing it, but you are someone beyond. You are beyond your disability. You are beyond a genetic condition. You are beyond whatever you think might be wrong with you.
Yeah. Proudly in your skin is also not making your skin your identity. That's being proud in your skin. Because like every other person on earth, everyone has a skin tone. You understand? I guess that's the reason behind the pin. Everyone has a skin tone. White, black, pink, purple. Everyone has a skin tone. So you putting that forward and making that your personality, you know, it stops you from actually unlocking your potential for people to see you for who you are. Now, you said this about beyond this kind of videos, you know, beyond these awareness videos, these conversations, what other conversations would you like to see, specifically in Nigeria? Because to a large extent, we both agree that here there's a strong level of inclusion and accommodations for persons living albinism or disabilities in general. But specifically in Nigeria, what kind of conversations do you want to see, you know, in the space in advocacy, apart from just celebrating it one day and all of that going through?
I just want everyone around
to
understand the fact that for every person living with albinism is a condition they found themselves, not the condition they decide to put themselves in. And in as much as they understand it, we don't need people living with albinism, they don't need pity. They just need for you to respect the fact that they are humans as well. To be given a fair opportunity. Not to be cut short based on prejudice. You don't see someone with albinism and they tell you they can do something and you assume in your head that they can't do it
because of
without giving them the chance. So I think that is not, if people can just educate themselves enough to do that, I think that's fair enough. And people living with albinism too shouldn't start playing the card of, oh, prove yourself. You don't need to tell someone like, oh, please, I'm living with albinism to get sympathy, or at the end of the day, rub it on your face. They'll tell you that's why you are given the opportunity. But prove yourself, do what you can do best. And trust me, the sky is the starting point.
If we can, you can too. You can. That's so important. Just to add to what you've said, I think that more conversation should come around inclusion in education and employment. You just talked about when you were writing your exams and when you were in university and how you struggled. I don't think that there's an accommodation that is made for persons living albinism in schools and even in employment. You know, I worked as a broadcast journalist in Nigeria. I know my struggles, you understand? It's not something that is being considered in the workplace and also in education. So apart from sharing face caps and sunscreens and umbrella, please, let us fix the systematic problems with albinism. Let's focus on how can we make the workspace, the education system more inclusive for persons living albinism. In every questionnaire that comes up when you're onboarding students, ask these questions. You understand? Don't assume that everyone, you know, let's create a more inclusive society for each other. That's what I need to add to that. Lastly, on my note, I'm thinking we are both grown men. You understand? And I'm sure that there's so many things that you see now that you wish that your younger self knew. Apart from, we talked about how love is and all of that, but if you wanted to say something to a young person that's still trying to find their path and is still trying to understand their condition and how to show up in the world, what would you say to them?
Beyond apologetic in anything you do, just do you. The world is going to adjust. Trust me, you can't figure it out once, you can't get the clarity once, and you can't be able to pinpoint this is it. But just be unapologetic in anything you do. You might be perceived as being rude, and there's a thin line between self-awareness and arrogance. But when it's just like, sorry, I'm going to use this, just like Arsenal now. Some people are talking about Saka not being humble. Someone has been tormented for years. He got this thing done. And you expect him to still be.
Why would my shoulder pads not be up?
Bro, he has to do, he has made his point. So being unapologetic doesn't mean that you should be rude. But regardless, just believe in yourself. And believe in yourself, you'll be perceived as being arrogant. But I'm telling you, it comes with a touch of audacity to get to where you are supposed to get to. Because there are some things in my life that if I had not stood up for myself to tell them that I know this thing and I'm good, I'm the best at this thing, they won't give me that opportunity. So sometimes, you want to be humble. I don't want to shout. I don't want to say.
Do not dim your light.
I might be different, but I'm good. I'm best at this thing if you give me the opportunity.
What is even the meaning of I might be different? That does not even exist because we're all born with different peculiarities.
You know,
you might see me.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, that's the correct
perceive
thing.
me, but I can do the job.
Yeah.
You see, so you heard it from Eti Oba. Lastly, speaking of soccer and all of that, I know that this is an aside from the conversation, but guys, you know, I believe in Eti Oba so much, and if you're counting 10 of Eti Oba's top fans, is me. So I'm prophesying into the future that we are in London. We are even in North London at the moment.
Yeah.
You know, that he's going to get a very, very big deal with his favorite club in the world.
Amen,
but before then, because we have video evidence, right?
Yeah.
But we also need to have proof. Give me 1 sec.
Oh.
Where's
That's
my pen?
Lovely.
Looking for my pen.
Red and white. Come on, you Gunners.
So
after 22 years, man.
This is my Arsenal jersey.
Oh,
so Eti Oba, you're going to sign here.
Oh Lord.
So
man.
when it happens, you guys are going to know that I showed you proof. Like, he signed my Arsenal jersey because it's going to be big. So please just sign on here. Sign anywhere,
like,
anywhere.
I used to tell people
anywhere.
Even before I came to this country that I'm still going to sell out Emirates Stadium for one of my shows.
Are you here?
And that's going to be part of the major deal I'm going to have with Arsenal.
Come on.
Selling out Emirates. That's 68,000 attendance. Yeah, I'm going to do that here in this London.
I believe it's going to happen.
Amen,
guys, this is history in the making, you know. So we will look back at this video and we're going to know that my jersey got signed by the Oluwaye himself of Arsenal.
Thank you so much. Such a privilege.
Let's do JP. JP, new signing.
Come on, you Gunners.
Come on, you Gunners. Come on, you Gunners.
Today reminds us that beauty is not one shade, one texture, or one appearance. Confidence begins when we stop apologizing for how we were created. This is what it means to be proudly in our skin.